life, wisdom. Psychetruth, yoga.
Hello, my name is Molly, and today I'm going to be leading you through a few yoga postures that are going to be helpful for building strength through the lower body as we test our balance and our relationship to the earth. So to start, we're going to begin with our foundation and we're going to build up from there. So as you stand on your mat, just take a moment to glance down at your feet. Align your heels below your sit bones, those two bony ends of your pelvis that you sit upon. And as you rest your heels below your sit bones, align the outer edges of your feet parallel with one another in your outer mat. And then just take a moment to lift your toes away from the earth. Feel the lift of your arches. And remember, even if you have fallen arches, there's always this energetic lift through that space. Now just to lower the pinky toes, pause, and try to lower now just the toe beside it, and then the middle toe, the first toe, and then eventually the big toes come down last. So you're spreading out the toes like a fan to create more space to build upon. Then from here, you want to locate the four corners of both feet, which are the base of the big toe joints, the base of the pinky toe joints, and then the inner and outer heel points. And as you press into these four corners of both of your feet, begin to lift up away from the earth. So to move in one direction, we must apply force in another direction. So here, we're pressing down into the four corners of the feet so as to lift up out of the hips. And as you lift up out of the hips, lift up out of the lower back, lift up out of the navel, lift up out of your lower ribs, and continue that lift through your chest and also up through the crown of your head. But notice your shoulders. They may try to lift with you. Remind your shoulders to relax and to stay at ease and broad, drawing away from one another, away from your midline. And then just soften your gaze, maybe even close your eyes. You can rest your hands on your hips or your waist and just explore your balance. Slowly shift into the front half of the feet, back into the heels of your feet, over more into one foot and then into the other. And then just do that in all directions and explore your balance. Then eventually come back into what feels as though you are resting evenly upon the four corners of both feet. And as you distribute your weight evenly once more upon these four corners, softly open your eyes and gaze forward to find what we call a drishti point. This is our focal point that our gaze will remain attached to. You don't want your eyes to be bouncing all around the room because that's going to play with your balance, and your balance is going to start to shift around as well. So just keep your gaze right there upon that single point that you found. Begin to center around your breath. Just allow for your breath to continue slowly, effortlessly, without force. And try to allow your inner body to stay strong and still and steady and supportive. This is going to be important once one leg lifts up and you're having to support yourself on the other. Now, at the same time that your inner body is strong and steady and non-moving, you want the outer body to stay relaxed and at ease. So again, soften the shoulders. Just allow your skin to drape lightly over your body. Relax your jaw. Relax the space between the eyebrows. And from here, as you stay connected to your point of focus, this calm, even breath, this strong inner body, but soft and relaxed outer body, begin to shift more of your weight over into your left foot. And as you distribute your weight into the four corners of the left foot, begin to lift the right heel. You can bring your hand onto the right leg and then start to lift your toes away from the earth. Eventually, see if you can bring your knee up to the height of your hip. Now, if you're having a challenging time with your balance, you can always keep your toes on the earth until you start to feel stronger through the standing leg. But notice here, what has happened with your breath? Make sure the breath has not changed. Keep it nice and natural and even. And if your breath becomes short, you may want to back out a little bit and then re-enter slowly. Now notice what is happening with your standing foot. Are your left toes trying to cling on and grip onto the earth? You may want to lift them away from the earth to challenge yourself. Spread them back out. Try to find the four corners of that left foot and distribute your weight evenly there. Then lengthen through the inner and outer leg. And notice if you're locking the left knee. We don't want to rigidly force ourselves away from the earth. We want to have a little bit of give and surrender through that standing leg. Now from here, if you're ready to challenge yourself a little bit further, you're going to look to the left and open your knee to the right. Again, notice what has changed with your breath. Your foundation, staying strong and centered and tall through your alignment, and finding that ease and comfort of being and the sweetness of this pose that you are working into. Go ahead and look forward, bring your knee forward. Take another couple of breaths here. And then slowly bring your right foot back down to the earth. And just stand for a few breaths and observe the differences between the right and the left side of your body. You may feel a bit more warmth through this standing leg that you are on. You may find a bit more sensation or movement of blood flow or oxygen or energy through that side of the body. But just observe, notice all of these little differences and changes. This next side may be a very, very different experience, so keep that in mind. Bring your hands back to your hips, gaze forward, find your drishti point, center around your breath. Now as you spread your right toes, shift your weight into the four corners of that foot. Lighten the left heel, bring your hand onto the left leg. Now from here, eventually lifting that leg up to about hip height or anywhere in between. Remember, you may need to keep your toes down on one side, but maybe not on the other. So just observe the differences already between this and the previous side. Okay, now from here, again, notice your breath. Notice your shoulders. Are they trying to lift? Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. Lift through the crown of your head. Even lift up through the roof or the palate of your mouth. Good. As you're ready to challenge yourself here, gaze to the right. Open your knee towards the left. And stay strong through the standing leg without clinging on to the earth. You don't want to grip the toes without forcing yourself rigidly away from the earth. You don't want to lock the knee. And a few more breaths here. If you'd like to stay longer, you can always continue a bit further in this work. And after this final breath here, look forward and bring your knee forward. And take another couple of breaths here. And as you are ready, as gracefully as you are able to, just release this left foot back to the earth. And from here, let's go ahead and bring our hands together at our hearts to center our awareness deeper internally. You can lift your chest up into your thumbs, bow your chin towards your chest, and again, soften through the top, upper back, and shoulder space. And just observe, notice your relationship to the earth and the resonance of the earth that supports you. And as you are ready, you can go ahead and just allow for your arms to release and kind of shake it all away. Let that one go. Okay, we're going to take it a little bit farther now. Bring your hands back onto your hips. Gaze forward, find your drishti, center around your breath. Now as your weight shifts into your left foot, lift the right knee any amount, place your hand to the knee. Just continue to gaze forward as your knee opens to the right. Now place your foot either to your inner thigh, or if you'd like, you can bring your foot lower to the inner calf, ankle, maybe keeping the toes on the earth. Now you want to avoid your knee, so keep your foot either above or below the knee, but no pressure to the knee. Now from here, press this right foot and your inner left leg firmly in together. And as you hug into your midline, use that to grow taller, root deeper into the standing foot, lift higher up out of the hips evenly and parallel along both sides of the waist. So try not to lift this right hip. Now draw the right knee back, but keep your hips squared with the front of your wall or front of your mat space so that your right hip's not swinging back as well. And after you've taken another few breaths here and steadied yourself, you can open your tree branches. This is Vrikshasana, the tree pose. Allow the shoulders to remain relaxed. And then as you push your right foot and inner left leg together, reach out from your heart through the tips of the fingers as you lift up through the crown of your head. If you'd like to challenge yourself, you can lift your gaze higher. Just don't lift the shoulders. Good, final few breaths. Remember, you don't want to ever hold your breath. And then open with your last inhale and gracefully exhale and bring it to your starting position. Pause here, recenter. And as this next side will be very different from the previous, release the arms, shake it away. Bring your hands to your hips. Spread the right toes, shift your weight into that foot, and bring your left knee up, hand onto the leg. Now from here, open your leg towards the left, and bring your foot to the inner thigh or calf. Again, if this side is feeling a bit more challenging, you may want to first center with your toes on the earth, and then eventually start to bring the foot up from there. Allow for the breath to remain calm and even. If you lose your breath, you're just going to start losing your balance. Relax those shoulders and hug that left foot and right thigh together, or right calf, wherever you are meeting the inner right leg. Push those 2 points firmly together. And then use that to see if you can find even more length through the mid-axis of your body from crown to tail. Even more strength through the standing leg. And as you feel ready, go ahead and open your tree branches. Just keep those shoulders relaxed. And as before, if you'd like to challenge yourself, you can lift your gaze. You can also lift your toes away from the earth. Just notice though what starts to happen with your breath. And remember, trees are not still, there is movement. So enjoy that gentle movement of your breath. If you'd like to exaggerate that and kind of play and challenge your balance, you can do so. And after your final few breaths of this tree pose, Vrikshasana, take a nice full inhale, open out, and gracefully exhale and close back to your starting position. Just observe all change since you were first here, noticing the effects of your balancing postures and the relationship that you have through the four corners of your feet, the sensations that you're finding throughout the legs and hips and lower body. And just observe the lightness and openness through the upper half of your body. Well, this was the end of part 1, and if you found this to be challenging enough, then I encourage you to stay with this video until you're ready to move on to the next. In the next video, we're going to take it a little bit further, so as you're ready, go ahead and join me there. And if you found this video to be helpful, please click the like button or make sure to favorite this video. Also, leave a comment for us if you can to share with us how this was useful for you. And if you'd like to learn more about myself or where I'll be within your community teaching yoga, please visit my website, primalEarthYoga.com. Thank you for sharing your practice, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.